Good evening. Hope everyone's doing well. I've just been getting started today. I think I've figured out what's wrong with this patch if I look at fertility. So there's no fertility here. There's also no fertility here or here or any of these fields. And the reason is here, 0% fertility. And I'm pretty sure it's like this because I've not been filling the fields up with clover. Instead I've been putting in lots of different types of crops, and that has in turn killed them. So I guess I'm going back to my old method. I don't think the compost yard can actually keep up. Like there's not enough poo going around. Yeah, all of these are not even filled up with their first one, so it's definitely a case of I'll have to do a whole year of clover most likely, and then be kind of picky about which crops I put in the other slots to make sure that they're all not, they don't have to be increasing the fertility but make sure that they're not decreasing it. Like if it stays stable and then goes up with the clover, and then stays stable and then goes up again every time the clover comes around, I'm happy with that. You know, if it takes a real long time for fertility to go up, as long as it's not going down. I'm not sure how to recover this bit of field here. It might be like I can't plant a crop on it anymore, so I may have to plant trees, but I don't know how that works for fertility. Yeah, I don't know what else you can do. It might just be that once it's dead, it's dead. Or I wonder if you can bring it back with grazing. Putting cows on it. So if we come get rid of all these menus. So look at fertility. It's probably not been long enough for these cows. Here's something. You can see the square. It's not very visible, but you can see a square where the herd is gathering, or where the grazing area is set. Like here's a kind of a better example. This has had cows on it for ages. Same is happening here, except there's a man. Let's see, I'll get rid of that and put another. I think I'm just gonna try and do like a year of. Oh, this actually works. Why don't I do that one? Well, that's going down. Hold on. There's heaps of weeds here. I'm not sure what to do about that, but I think I'll have to probably do a year of just clover on all of them. The other thing I could do is try and do the crops and the grazing areas in a rotation. It's definitely a lot more work though, and I think I'd need a lot more space because I need to. How would I do it? I guess you would have like 3 years of crops, 1 year of grazing, and then move them around in a cycle. That might be what I do out here. I can try and figure out how to move them all around. Let's see what this is. Oh, hunter cabin. How is his work area empty? Maybe he killed all the deer, but no, I can still see a deer. He's lying. I'll set him a little bit over. I think he's gonna find no deer though. Oh, there's some down here. And there's heaps in the town area. Maybe it's just one that's over there. Maybe I can grab the hunter. Where is he? I can click this guy. Okay. I'll select him and let's see if I can find that deer. Here it is. So I'll get him to kill that quickly, and then I'll move his zone. Come on. He's not a very good shot. He's a terrible shot. Okay, so I'll get him to collect that up. And then move his zone more into the town. What I started doing here was building out this fence. And I carried it on and moved the crops around. And I'll just keep going straight across, and then hopefully the deer will get trapped inside this, and I'll be able to turn this into a little bit of a nature reserve. I could actually bring some barns, put some barns down here, and then they could move their cows in to graze around these areas. So yeah, the great moving everything around game continues. Oh no. Well, there's a big flaw in my wall, and that's that there's no defensive towers along this section of the wall. I'm trying to get some people put into the barracks. We've got, it says there's people here, but they're not really prepared. They're a very fresh force. One of the towers probably might be able to take some people out, but I think they're probably going to get through these walls. The health's pretty good, so maybe the soldiers can show up, and if some of them have bows, they might be able to take these guys out. Let's see, can I bring them closer? And no, I don't think they're gonna. Some of them are shooting, but most of them I think don't have bows and arrows when they're gonna go and hit them. I don't think they've got swords either, so... Oh no, they do have bows. Oh, that's good, even if it just lures them a bit closer. And these guys are really focused on the wall. We can probably kill them now. Well, that wasn't too bad. They started attacking over here, but these two towers took care of them before they could bust this gate down. While I'm here, I'll show you what I've been thinking about. So I thought if I can rotate my crops around a barn, then I should be able to maintain my fertility. Nothing got raided, so that's good. So I've set this barn to upgrade. I just want to see what a barn looks like upgraded as well. And that might also change the grazing area size, which I think is going to be a problem anyway, because the maximum field size is 12, and the grazing field, or the grazing area it's like 15 or something. It's a lot bigger. I'll get this turned into a field. I could probably I'll wait until this is upgraded, and then I'll try and set this upgraded one's grazing area. I might say in here, additional workers, fewer items consumed, and item production speed. So the grazing area probably doesn't change. Yeah, so look at this. This is 12 by 12, the field that I'm on right now. Yeah, and the grazing area goes way over it by like 2 or 3. So what I might actually have to do is do multiple... Oh, I better stop them, what they're doing here. Better stop them building these walls. Come on, I don't want to get those exterior walls. So I'll salvage all these walls that I thought I would need. They're selectable. The ones down the side here I'm not worried about. It's the ones in the middle. And then I also had roads being built sort of around the side. I get these walls built, and then this field I'll strip out, because what I'll do is build maybe like 4 smaller fields within the same footprint as the grazing area. I'll get this prioritized so I can set it. I don't want to be bothered setting and then moving again. Yeah, so I think I'll do like, I could do 4 small fields here, 4 small fields, another 4, and then maybe even it could be like 3 with the barn taking up the space of the 4th one, and decorate it with some trees. I was gonna use the really nice fences, and now I'm actually considering not doing that. Let me salvage these. Like, that kind of seems like a waste. Same with this road, to be honest. Maybe I just need to calm down. The road is probably a good idea. What else can I salvage? Get rid of this crop. Get rid of this road. Ugh, okay. Well, here's a barn. Very nice looking barn. I want it to be kind of in the middle, so let's see, let's put the grazing area somewhere. If I do put a road, then I've at least got something to go around the outside of it. What about this fence? Just a basic fence. How close to the water can I get that? Oh, that's weird. So you can get this basic fence a lot closer to the water line than you can a wrought iron fence. Let me place this anyway, because now I've got an exterior wall, so it doesn't really matter. I'll go here. It's this one tile in the bottom left is in the water. So that'll be the new area. Get rid of this road. Now, okay, this bush. Oh, it's right on there. So if I grab the fence, come up and find out where the 3rd fence along. Go across. And that's quite good, right? I can keep everything in there. And then if I put in a gate, I'll put in multiple gates on all the corners, I think. Just so that it's easier for the farmers to get in and out. So that'll be one sort of multiple fields. If we go into food, so the fences are defining the area, which is good. I don't know if I should go like as far as I can, because what is this? This is like a it must be a 15 by 15 for the grazing area. So I could do like 12 by it's like you want it to be like a pattern with one side longer than the other. So it would be like 7 and then 6 maybe. If I do 7 by 6s, will I end up with a square in the middle with nothing in it? I will, won't I? 7 by 6. Oh, this one's like 8. Whatever, it's that now. It doesn't actually matter. I just want to make sure I get all of the space. And so the cows are actually already in here, which is interesting. And I'll build some roads. Do I want to build cobble roads? Cobble roads will probably look kind of strange. Can I build one like this? Oh, that's kind of funny. So it's diagonal going through 2 gates. I'll get the crops in and see what they're like. I can put an apiary down here as well. And then if I get another fence, maybe go, and it'll be another 15, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then this one will be the edge. So that's another like grazing area. It might look nice if I shifted it over to allow for a road down the side. That can be a problem for future me. As long as I leave space, like as long as they can fully build out fields, then it's not a problem how big they are. This might be the only strange thing, is that where they put these corner gathering areas in, if they match up with a gate or not. Man, so much is going on over there. I'm kind of just ignoring what's going on in town until I get all this sorted, because it'd be a lot more beneficial for me to have a really nice working farm situation. Now if I get a road, I'll put a road in between, so it's like paddocks on both sides and then the road goes up the middle. Should put a gate. I'll just put gates. One gate should be okay for there. I might get rid of this gate. And this gate. Because they can just go out of the field and into the next field, like into here, and then come back around. I don't see a problem with that. And then so the barn can go like yeah, I'm gonna move it again. Maybe like that. Or do I want to put a fence in? I just don't want the cows walking out of their grazing area, but I'm not sure how if the gate is going to stop them or not, actually. So let's get some guys. I just put some random stuff in for now to get the fertility. And wait, can I not put two? I thought I could put 2 clovers in a turnip. I just want to try and bring the fertility up and get rid of the rockiness. I don't really care what's in there. The cows are probably just going to eat all that anyway. So if I probably have to get rid of this field so that I can build out the fields that I want. It doesn't seem like the cows are leaving this area, so that's pretty good. How about if I move them? So they do leave. They go out the gate. I don't have a gate here. I only want one gate. And I want to be able to see how the cows move around. So the cows are going back into the barn for winter, I think. I'll put them in here, let these crops on the left grow. And I want to monitor how they treat the fence, if they stay within that fence boundary without eating the crops in the adjacent fields. So I think I'll have to move it so that it lines up with this fence, right? This fence will be determining another set or another grazing area. I should probably put in a road, actually. Actually. Let me get rid of this. Because I'll put a road down here. It goes across. So the new field can start a bit higher up. which means it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it goes right to there. And then where that barn is right now is the new fence. So I'll have to move it probably one or two spots. I think it's two spots to the right. So we'll let all that grow out for a while and see how that turns out. Let me show you what I've been working on here. This is actually pretty cool, I think. So I've taken these fields, they've been split into these 4 smaller fields with kind of random stuff in them. But now they are just whatever, like they're just working and whatever's coming out of them is whatever. As the rockiness, once the rockiness is down, then I'll start trying to make a cycle here. What I've done as well is I've moved the watchtowers. So I don't want to build any more because I don't think the ones along this wall are necessary right now. Probably up to here, and then further back, these ones are still lookout towers. So they're kind of not super useful. These ones down here seem to be dealing with the brunt of the raiders, so I think I'll leave those and I'll start building a wall somewhere across at some point. But anyway, back to here. So it's this kind of like 15 by 15 set of fields, this one, and then this one that the barn is on. So the barn actually faces onto the road. I'm still not sure how the cows are sort of navigating this. I don't think there's a gate on this field actually. It looks like they're trying to get in and they're just trapped. So I'll put a gate and hopefully that helps get them into the area. I put one on here as well because this is supposed to be their other field. So there'll be 4 big fields of rotation. Then this road will come through and I'll get rid of these 3 fields directly up. And I'll probably cut this road back and I'll curve it around as close to the water's edge as I can. And then I'll try and link it up through here and keep it going pretty close to the water's edge, just because it's kind of hard to build things along this curvy kind of, you know, it's a curvy zone that has a lot of ins and outs of where you can't build things. And what I've done here, I've put the gate in, and then I've put the watchtower outside, and so that gives me a full solid wall on the exterior, plus the watchtower, which then has a really good overlap down here. And then where I'm keeping like actual gates for in and out of the town, I've put the watchtowers in their own separate thing as well. And then I've separated them with another gate door, or gate. And then I'll have another gate here. And then there'll be another gate here. And then probably another gate, I think. Basically, I'm going to have the same kind of setup here with 2 watchtowers, and I'll put them on the other side. And the idea behind that is because this is a vulnerable point of entry and they can very easily smash a gate, I want as many watchtowers in the area. And then I'll get these upgraded now they're done. So I've got a stockyard and a warehouse, and those are to facilitate this, the work camp. So because this is such a dense forest out here, I've decided I can use this work camp and I'll just kind of shimmy it around through this space with all these trees. And I was thinking I should probably put a hunter's cabin and a forager's hut. Depends, it doesn't really look like there's much foraging out here, but there's definitely deer, so a hunter's cabin could be good out here as well. I'll have to do a bit of exploring and see what's actually out here. But yeah, just so that the wood that the work camp has, it's got somewhere to go once it's chopped down, and then the Wainwrights can come and take it and move it about. I put a well on the corner, and I'm probably not going to put anything too major in this corner. I'll just leave it as a forest, or I could put some parks or something, but there's nothing out here that needs desirability, so I'll kind of just leave it, I think. I'll leave it for now anyway. It could be another backup grazing field. And then I'll start moving these 3 barns, placing them further along towards the water's edge. And eventually this whole flat area I'm hoping can be filled out with farms and barn mixtures. So this wall will come down. These fields will come out. Might have to flatten this little hill. But then I'll leave this mountain range in as sort of a feature. I've also got a work camp and a hunter operating up here. That's getting a lot of boar, and we'll try and get rid of this big rock. And I'm hoping that I can connect it up to this water, or get a wall connected up to here that comes probably over the top, or maybe I'll have to go around and then connect back over to this water. And then I won't need any of this wall. And I'll be able to move all these watchtowers off and sort of clean up what I was supposed to be cleaning up before. This well is primarily just in case there's a fire out here. Just means there's a water source nearby. And now they've finished this, they can't get out. Where is it? Gate. So there'll be a gate, but then I don't want that to directly exit because it'll just get knocked down like immediately. I could put a gate in here actually. The point is I want raiders to have to bust through multiple gates. And we're being raided right now. This looks like it's a really big raid. 88. I bet they have a siege weapon with them. Let's bring these guys over just in case. It doesn't really look like all 88 would be here, so... there's definitely some up here, but they must be fighting the hunters. Oh no, they are being a bit smart about this. They're going to come down to where there is no watchtowers, so we'll need to get my soldiers prepared for them to breach a gate. I can hear something that doesn't really sound like a sword. There must be another party over here. Okay, they definitely got inside the wall. And yeah, see that was a gate. Yeah, siege weapon smashed the gate. So that's why I'm beefing up my security on this other side. I think my soldiers are a bit too late. So if they bring a siege weapon over here, they're not going to have one gate to go through, and they'll have to get through multiple lookout towers or watchtowers. I think I'll just move these ones now. Usually, you know, like you don't get raids too quickly after a raid has already happened. So if I can go... How do I want to do this? I probably only need one watchtower in this zone. What if I go a watchtower there, build the wall like this and close it up? So there's a gate there, I'll put a gate there and a gate there. And the reason for that gate is to close off the watchtower, because if they can, they will attack the watchtower. So I want to protect those watchtowers as much as I possibly can. I don't know if I can get a road through here actually. There we go. Yeah, I want to make sure all the watchtowers are protected. But yeah, this is looking pretty interesting. I quite like it. I like that there's a little foyer. I could even move this wall across. I might do that. Make it look a bit reasonable. And then I'll salvage this middle wall. Maybe? Can I click it? Salvage that. Move this. And then I'll put a little road in there. Yeah. Coming along alright. I've put an apiary on this field. And there's a little cobblestone road that cuts through all of them to let the guard get in and out. I'll probably put apiaries on these other fields as well. it's probably better to have them on parks. Yeah, like see houses. Houses have a much higher sort of pollen bonus, honey bonus. Out in the fields, I guess there's less of it, less concentrated, but there's more of it overall. Well, I'm out here with my soldiers exploring. This is the very edge of the map. And I noticed this marker, this thing was getting lit up. This is a cow. This is one of my cows. It's walked like this random line. I don't know, it must have got stuck outside the wall and the only way back is to go all the way around the water. I don't know how that happened, but that's pretty funny. Yeah, I went around here to see how far this lake went, and I took out the wolves that were at the very edge of it. Man, cows are excellent scouts. I don't know how far that cow's going, but look at the zone it can reveal seems way bigger than what the people reveal. I might send my soldiers back. I was only after the wolves. I didn't expect to find much else out here. I can't even click around a lot of it because it's right by the edge of the map. Let's see if I can find the corner. This appears to be the corner. Can I move this? Oh. Yeah, nothing out here. Just the corner of the map. I don't know if I was really expecting anything interesting. I think we've gone enough. I will bring those guys back. I don't know how to recall them without just placing down a new thing and recalling them. So over here, I've got this new set of crops set up, and I'm trying to get rid of the rocks as quickly as possible because the food situation's kind of gone bad. I don't know if rockiness is really major anyway. But so I moved the cows into these fields and got rid of the farmers on these fields. These are all just no one now. And the fertility is still looking bad, but the fodder kind of grazing doesn't seem too bad. And these fields are still got some rocks in them. This one's got no rocks, so get rid of these dudes. Clear and clear. I want to try and have some kind of mixture of vegetables, and I'll try and alternate it between greens and grain. So I'm looking for one that's got heat. Can I do this and haze? It'd be good if I could get some more in there. This one's still a bit rocky, but I've got no guys doing rockiness. Okay. This one is not rocky at all. Actually, since there's no workers in these, I should set them up properly now. So we'll go like, ooh, what do I want? Beans. I can't get, there you go, beans and cabbage. And then we'll do a wheat and a buckwheat. Wait, what happened to my, oh, it moved. And then, how about a clover and a leek? Got no rocks here, so get rid of this as well. Hopefully, yeah, that didn't assign any farmers. I want to try and use as much as possible of the space. So buckwheat and a rye. And we don't want too much overlap, like we don't want a lot of the same. I probably could actually be working this these fields. Yeah, I don't want to be growing too much of the same crops. Get out of here. I'm not sure if that's important or not, but it seems like it probably is important to, if you have to rotate your crops anyway over 3 years, it's probably important not to grow too much of the same stuff. So while the cows are in here, I'll get the farmers to come and just get rid of all the rocks. This one still got some rocks. No rocks here. No rocks here. Get rid of that and put in a leak. I like the combinations though that like fill it up. Get rid of these. I think I can get like 3. Oh, I thought I could get a 3rd one. There is something that lets you put 3 in. I can't remember what the combination was. It might be a clover. So yeah, clover's quite small, and then probably a turnip and... No, huh. It wouldn't be a buckwheat. Buckwheat's bigger. It might be like a pea. Yeah, it might be this. No. What? Maybe it was 2 turnips. We'll try that. These are all just getting rid of rocks. It seems like a real waste of farmers to just have them getting rid of rocks. I'll put something on that's useful. Clover and leeks. Yeah, so the herd is currently in this field on the left, and then I'll move them over to the right. It might be every like 4 years or something though. Here I'm building another 3 sets of fields, and I'm going to move one of the barns, but I'm not sure where I want to move it. I'll probably put it on this corner. Or I could put it over here on this corner maybe. I don't know if I need to put them all in the fields like this one. It does look cool having access to the road, so maybe in here? It can go anywhere basically. And this field pretty much came right down to the water line. And there's 3, 4, 5. What's that? No, that's... Okay, so there's 4 willow bushes here. So I was thinking I should put a gatherer down here. Just to gather sort of... There's a couple of greens, a couple of herbs, but it's mostly to get all the willow from that zone. And then hawthorn will be inside that as well. I'll place that now, I think. I've got to be careful about what I place in here, because this isn't closed in at all. It's still definitely an easy way for enemies to just sneak up. I'll put that as close as I can to the water, and then I'll split the road off on a diagonal, I think, somewhere through here. I think I'll need to be putting more fields in, but I've got to make sure I don't cover up any of these. I'll probably plant down some trees and set up a new forest area down here. I'll get these going. Maybe I'll try and set these up somewhat already, you know. I'll put in a leek and a clover at least, and the rock removers. I could also bring compost yards out here, because compost yards are undesirable, and if I'm going to be putting them on the fields anyway, it might be just a good idea to place them out here. And I'll upgrade the barn first because it is a bigger footprint, and then once it's upgraded I'll move it somewhere in here. It might be on... Ooh, I did a nice little curve in the road here, but it actually looks kind of janky now that I can see it. It looked nice before. Maybe I'll put the barn beside here, and then I can bring the road right up along. Let's do that, because yeah, these roads, it's cool that you can get a squiggly road, but sometimes you just need a nice straight road. Can I do this? Like a... No, why can't I do that? I was thinking it could have like a 45 across somewhere, but it doesn't really want to do it. We'll clear out these and put in the leek and the clover combination. Actually, I don't know if leek... Oh, yeah, okay. They're both okay in heat and frost, so that's fine. There's a lot of deer on this field, so we can move the hunter. And then, oh yeah, I flattened some terrain up here. I want to put down the mining camp. If I put down an iron mine... Wow, okay. I want it to be like right on top of the gold. Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to flatten this out. That's a pain. But if I can... I'm hoping that I can put down 1 and have it centered on all of those. And so it's probably also time to start building a wall somewhere around here. But that is a massive wall. It would be better to know how they come from this direction and try and box them in at their spawn. Not sure if that's even possible though. And yeah, my gold situation has gone very bad. I think having a second theatre is a terrible idea. Entertainment's real good, but gold's real bad. I could try just putting down another market and seeing if I can get a lot more houses. If I go like somewhere over here. Oh yeah, I got rid of all these fields, so maybe I should put a market here. Because this is all of this is like dead land. I can't really use it anymore. I'll put down a market and upgrade it so I can see the circle. Oh, that's good. There's no more sand here, so I can get rid of that. I'll put some people on this clay pit, get that going. Maybe that was too many people. Don't have enough laborers. But yeah, so once this market's done, I'll put down more houses here, just so I can try and get my gold up. Because it's really suffering. I'm having to sell a lot of things, and I've already got 4 heavy tools in town inventory right now, so we're obviously running pretty short on things. Yeah, so iron ore is real low. Iron bars are just gone. Got some gold ingots, which I don't know if that counts as my currency or if it's the gold ore that they've been producing. Well, they've only got 1 gold ore now, so yeah, the ore situation is basically dead. I wonder if... Can I reclaim the salvage? Okay, I'm gonna salvage a lot of these. Is there salvage? Does clear? No? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through right now and salvage a lot of these plazas. Well, it's really come to my attention that I have no idea what I'm doing. My thought with putting the cows in a field and rotating doesn't seem to be working. I don't know if this just being by the water is making the fertility low, but even having cows in here didn't make the fertility go up. It just kind of kept going down. So yeah, I don't know if it might be that the water is affecting it too much in some way. I don't really know what's going on, and I think it's probably better to be trying to create grain in the field to feed the cows over winter rather than putting them in the whole field and having the field do nothing. So probably I need to reserve a spot that I can kind of shuffle about just for the cows to be in. So right now they're in this field. I should put them in here though. Because if I'm getting rid of the rocks in these fields. So there's still a lot of rock men going in there. But I removed it all out of here and yeah, fertility is going down. So I tried to put in more clovers. And then kind of diversify a lot of what's coming in. So I need to keep in mind that I need flax and I also need grain and flax. So the flax is for the weavers to make the linen clothes. The grain is for fodder and flour so I can make bread and feed the cows. And then the other things I want to sprinkle in there is vegetables that count as greens, and that's just for the people so that they don't get angry, I guess. I've got some apiaries in here. I have no idea what they're doing. I've tried to do the same sort of thing with these fields. This one's still got rocks, so I probably need to... Can I fit him in there? No. I'll put some rock guys in there. This has still got rocks. At least I can put 2 men and 1 clover in the same... Yeah, so it's not so bad. This forager down here, they're working and they've got a lot of good stuff they're collecting. They just have to walk forever to get back to houses. So I'm gonna build some houses somewhere around here, but I don't want to do it just yet. I want to make sure that the raiders aren't gonna jump them. Is this flat enough yet? Still not flat enough. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about this wall because it's so massive. If I build it how I've been building it and then have to put watchtowers all along it, I'm just going to be dumping so much gold into running watchtowers. This market has been upgraded. That's pretty close. I don't know if I need to move this market. I think that's an okay spacing. Actually, I should move it a little bit just so that it's not like I don't need an overlap, but I don't want to be in the water, right? Because then I can't really build anything that's going to benefit from the bonus. And we need a rat catcher as well to go along with this market. Let's I wonder if I put them like this. So the door is actually facing kind of between these 2 beam things. And then I'll just have to spam houses in here. Trying to get this flattened off as well. Kind of a pain, but it's getting closer and closer to being totally flat. Or like smooth. It's more like a smooth tool than a flattened tool. And right now I'm doing so badly. I'm having to sell, like I'm making most of my gold selling basically all of the linen clothes I have. See, I'm negative 119 gold at the moment. My food supply's shot. I've basically got no stable food supply. The Cooper's having issues because they can't get iron bars, and they can't get iron bars because I've got no iron. I've got no iron because this isn't flat enough. Sounds like I'm complaining, but really I'm just working backwards in my head, like where is the next thing that I need to go to in order to start the process up again. So I can probably, maybe I should put the iron mine down. I want it to be more here though. I'll wait till this guy's finished digging this out, because if I can put it more central, I'm kind of hoping it covers all the circles. Oh no. It's one tile off where I really wanted it. But that's good enough. We'll get it started. I also noticed there is coal here. Heaps of coal right in the road. Funny how you find stuff like that. It seems like there's a deer in this field somewhere. Eaten by animals. But what animals? Maybe there's a fodder. That fodder might be coming in a bit. Let's see if I can move this one. It doesn't seem like what it would be though. It's the very corner one, so there must be a deer. Get rid of the rocks. Do some wheat and kind of just spamming random stuff. Now, what I need to do is get a wall going. Because I desperately need to expand. So let's see if I can get a wall. It's going to be kind of sketchy, I think. Yeah, too steep. I need to do a lot of flattening up here before I can even think about where to put that wall. I'll get rid of this crop. I'd rather have the crops that are a bit further away. I might just get rid of all of these. Now that I've got sort of a plan with those other crops, a lot of this is not needed. Can get rid of this fence. This will all need to be rebuilt. Salvage all that. This was previously keeping deer and boar off those crops. But now that it's all moved, it's not really important. I think I should probably do something about this wall though. Maybe run it across here. I haven't seen any raiders come through here. It could be a thing that the game is detecting where I have built stuff and not putting raiders in those zones. This is all, you know, it's working. They just have a long way to walk. I could put a market really close over here. Because if I'm putting houses down here... this seems dumb. Why would you do this? It would be way better to build the market over here somewhere. Obviously, it's all very undesirable, so... I think I'm screwed, actually. Why is this here as well? This is not where I wanted it. It's all not going so well right now. Let's put a road that goes like this. Straight through there. And if I'm right about... oh, shit. If I'm right about not needing a population to get the tax, then... I wonder if you can, like, prohibit people from living in the house. No, I can't. Okay. Well, I'll get some houses built. Get all this stuff sorted. I guess this sort of section here is where I want to put my market and where I want to put my town, like my housing situation, so that it's more central to the farming area. So it could be good to... well, okay, these are all abandoned, so this is perfect, really. Smash some of these houses. Let's move these things over here for now. if the slope's not too steep. These were all manors, these ones. Gotta make sure I keep these next to the festival pole. Placing them down that close to a theatre, festival pole and town centre should hopefully keep them all as manors. And the ones, yeah, these ones here that are large houses, I guess I'll move these because they could become manors as well, and it sort of saves me having to build more shelters if I'm just moving stuff around. This looks like I can get a road through there, so how about placing them sideways? I'll get a flatten here as well because there was the festival pole didn't want to go in there, so nothing else probably will. Those are getting removed. I'm not a fan of these garden paths, and I think it's because they are a different model. I've really convinced myself that there are different models. Okay, so this is good. If I get rid of some more of these houses, then I can start moving this stuff across and get rid of these plazas. If I can click them. Take some gold back. It's pretty funny. I've moved this town so many times. All with different ideas. It's kind of like starting again without having to make a whole new save file. I should put a well over beside that market. Where is it? Food production resource. Yeah. Let's do that, and I'll put down some trees. I think I'll just fill out the back of the market with trees. I want to try and get that water bonus. Bring the road up back here. And I should be able to move this rat catcher now. It's actually a real dumb place for that to be. You've kind of got to build your rat catcher zones before you start placing things. Or you've got to line up your rat catcher with your market, maybe. This guy is not buying anything I want to sell, and he's not selling anything I want to buy. Hold on a minute. I could upgrade an armory. I've never seen that upgraded. I don't think I have. I might have upgraded it before, but I can't remember. Let's see, we need people. Need people. I think things aren't too bad. I should move the work camp. Yeah, once the work camp's like cleared out like this, that's actually, that might be bad. I'm not sure how that will regrow, but I'll just keep shuffling it along here. Do I need to plant trees out here for that to like regrow, or will this grow into large trees at some point? I think I put, did I put a person on there and then they just died immediately? This camp is now done. There is 43,002. ore available from this mine. So all these people, they're going to be there forever. I'll get some of these houses moved. Start shimmying this stuff along. I'll probably move the compost yards actually out into here, out into the farmland area. I'll try and surround them with trees a little bit, I think. Let's give them a bit of a visual buffer. So where's that other one? I'll just move 2 for now and then figure out where I want to put a road to them and then put some trees around them to kind of hide them a little bit. I have no idea what's eating that crop. I will grab the hunter, put him in there. Okay, so I think it's all set up over there, and we just need to move this stuff around. It'd be good to place a market here first and then see how things are going to turn out. So what I could do is put the fence in here, and then that just means this field is set. Get rid of those stones. And then let's try and get some kind of road around here. Do something like that. Get rid of this. I want to remove this wall, but I don't want to at the same time. Let's just do it. If I remove it to this gate, maybe. That's about as far as the raiders have been going. A lot of this stuff is like non-operational. They're all just idling, unable to work. Just everyone. I think a lot of these farms here are not doing so well either. Do I get rid of them right now? I have all these other farms that are operational. This is probably a similar amount of farmland as what I had over there. Let's get rid of this road. They really clean things up quite quickly. Got a firewood splitter. I could move the firewood splitter over to here actually. Wait, what is that? Temporary... No one wants to live in the temporary shelter because it needs desirability? What? Is that a thing? Will they not live there if it's too undesirable? This road, I thought that was straight when I placed it. What happened? It just went super weird. I'm gonna do a road like this if it lets me. It's hard to tell what's going on if it's just not registering that I've clicked because of the lag. Yeah, I want a little straight road. And then get an oak tree, I think, for here. We've got raiders. Hold on, let me place these trees. I think I've done this one in a similar way. Right, that would be there, so... I wonder if I put a plaza in there or something. I'll just put some trees in. I'll get rid of this road, actually. Gotta stop saying actually. It's very annoying. I'll put the road in afterwards once I see them both together. Let's figure out where these raiders are. Oh, okay. Are they anywhere else? It's a good test to see if that will work. They're obviously down here, but this wall, this part of the wall sucks. But this bit over here is proven to work. I hope that's the only two places they're at. So this is like 3/4 watchtowers or guard towers that can all ping the same guys. Obviously need someone else here. If they come down this way, we're kind of screwed, but yeah, that's excellent. It just works exactly how it should. This wall, however, they're probably going to break in there, so let's flag the combat area just in case. Yeah, they're going to... I wonder if the main force was at the other wall and they got pretty much destroyed there. Doesn't look like there's too many guys here. Okay, just one guy. Yeah, alright. Well, that's all good. We will carry on. Let's move another compost yard. Yeah, see, they're both kind of coming out the same place. Maybe I should just build a plaza. Add some desirability. And then I'll do something similar here. 2 small plazas. It's just, it would be really hard to build roads is all. Like single block roads. Let's get some trees. I don't even know if they all looked like oak trees were being placed there. I'm gonna fill this back bit out with maples and some oaks. This is more for visual stuff. I just don't want it to look yuck. Having a little forest helps with making things look nice. Yeah, I've got to check where the cows currently are. Yeah, they're kind of being a bit weird here. Move them across and they shouldn't be in the field anymore. It'd be good to put them in a fenced area like this. My feed store on this one's actually looking pretty good. So that's all the grain that I'm growing. Yeah, not sure about the fertility though. It might also come back and ruin me. What's this like? Oh. So food and luxury are not too bad, but they are bad. Now, oh yeah, so I was thinking about moving these guys, the firewood splitters, over here. Because can we store firewood? Yes, yes we can. It might be good to have firewood splitters right beside the main source of lumber. Maybe I can build them a nice little corner area. Which one did I move? Not that one, this one. This is probably one of the nicer buildings. One of my favorite looking buildings. So I've got 2 there. I think there are more up here. I don't mind putting them all in the same place. That's not really an issue. Try that. And then if I put in a little road, comes along here. There's still one more. I don't know if it'll fit over there. It could be that I just need to allocate more people. I just need to allocate more woodcutters or wood splitters onto the 3 that will be over there, because I think they only had one each sort of thing. Also, why is there a cow here? And how did it get in? Did it go through here and then it's going to go through the fence? No, it's going to eat the field. Great. What is this? Whose square is this? How many barns do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, who's this? What the hell? Hopefully that's just glitched and it'll fix itself later, because that's a pain. We're out of gold, I've just noticed. And all my houses are going to... What can I do to save this? These houses here are all still generating tax by the look of it. So this, it's just that we're spending too much. We're not generating enough. Okay, so this thing's going. Get rid of that. The barracks could probably be put on hold. Monthly cost is quite high. Does this go down? It does, okay. I'll reduce it down. Less people, and then over here, get rid of these. I think if people come from this direction, I just kind of have to send the soldiers over there to deal with it. These ones here are all useful, these watchtowers. Trying to think what else is using gold. All the compost yards are using gold. Obviously me planting trees like a crazy person uses a lot of gold. A hunter here is quite strange. I guess there's a lot of deer still out here wandering around. Let's move them back over to here and hope that the animals on the crops are gone. What else? This? Oh yeah, I don't need this. Get rid of that. This yard has some stuff in it. Graveyard is filling up. I've got teachers and healers. I'll put some people, because I've taken some people off some of the other things. So now I can put them back into these more important jobs. Healer is important. The pub is not really important. Rat catcher is important. I could do with more bakers. If I do too many farmers, they're definitely going to run out of laborers. Grocer is the person at the market, not really needed. Herders, I want, because I am sort of dependent on the cows doing a lot of stuff. All this other stuff over here is sort of not super important. I wonder if having trees in your fodder area helps. Let's have a look at this. I've got some pelts. I've got a lot of gold ingots. Where did I get 700 gold from? Was it like the theatre being deconstructed? Oh well. Anyway, this is the current state of things. We're all very spread out and it's a mess. And there's definitely... I'm not selecting anything and that's there, so... Yeah, there's definitely some issue with the barns grazing area. I think the new plan is get rid of all this. Get rid of all this. Shuffle this stuff. This has been pretty consistently in the right place. I think if it goes across a little bit so that I can bring the markets sort of up to here. So the marketplace and all the houses will be in between the farms, which will be on the right, and all the industry stuff, which will be on the left. Maybe I'll try and do like a staggered 4 markets, 2 on the left, 2 on the right, but staggered vertically, like if we're looking at it right now. So there may be like 1 here in the middle of the screen, then up 1, and then across the first one, and then even higher up another one. And then just sprawl houses out all around here. Try and keep them kind of central, I suppose. If I can move these houses around, especially if I can get rid of these ones, I can start using this space for more crops. Maybe? Yeah. But I'm quite proud of how this has turned out. This is quite nice to look at. Like, it's visually interesting, nice to look at, and it does seem to be working. There might still be some issues with fertility, but it generally looks like it's going up, especially once I get rid of all the rocks and can start replacing the guy with a clover, an extra clover. That's when it really starts to go back up. Yeah, if you've got any helpful comments of what I'm doing wrong, what I could fix, it'd be good to find out. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.